What are the most common reasons for child support to be contested?
There's probably two principal ways that child support gets contested. So one is on the calculation and determination of income in the first place. So this is particularly where somebody has a second job on the one hand, or they are underperforming at their current job. Examples being maybe they only earn $60, $70, $80,000 a year, but the other parent says, no, I think that that parent actually has a capability of earning $100 or $200 or $300,000, and they're intentionally suppressing their income. Another way that income can be contested is where one parent or the other owns their own business. If one owns their own business, you will keep track of your business expenses either on your Schedule C of your individual return, or you will list the corporation's expenses on the corporate return as the schedule on that return. So then there needs to be documentation or corroboration of each one of those business expenses, because the statute reads that if one owns one's own business, that is their gross income. And then the statute will give them credit for their legitimate business expenses. But the key thing is they have to be able to document it. And so it's in that way that I say a child support hearing is very similar to an IRS audit. If the IRS audits you on your business return or your corporate return, they're not going to just accept your say-so in terms of corroboration of your business expenses. They're going to say, I want to see your receipts and your invoices to see what expenses you claim you are incurring for that business. Just because you say, well, look at my bank statement, you can see I charged $500 to Best Buy on June 2nd. I should get a credit for that business expense. Well, the IRS on the one hand, or the child support court, or the other parent's attorney, is entitled to say, I want to see what you purchased at Best Buy for your business. And I want to see, the fact that, if you're claiming you bought a TV for your business, why did you buy a TV for your business? They can then cross-examine you at trial on what you claim to be your business expenses. In theory, if you have an open business, so examples being you're a lawyer going through a child support case, or a doctor, or an accountant, or some kind of professional like that, the other side is more than free to retain the services of a private investigator, and that private investigator can go out to your business and take, hidden videos or whatever of your waiting area or treatment rooms or whatever, to see whether the items that you claimed as business expenses actually show up in your business. Because if you claim, oh, gee, I spent $1,000 on a TV and that's in my waiting area, the private investigator can go out and then testify at trial, I went out to the business and I didn't see any such TV. There was no TV in the waiting area when I went. That type of evidence is quite persuasive for a magistrate or judge. Now, the other way that child support is generally contested is on the deviation factors. So in other words, again, as alluded to earlier, if child support is calculated up to the statutory cap as of 2022 of $163,000 in combined parental income, that does not mean that if parties earn above $163,000, then it's guaranteed as to what the child support amount will be. It's completely discretionary. So there would have to be a lot of pretrial disclosure, testimony, cross-examination, etc., on what the proper amount of child support should be. The higher the party's incomes are, the more likely that issue will be contested, because if the party's incomes are relatively close to the combined parental income of 163,000, then it probably doesn't make fiscal sense to take the issue to trial. It's probably far better in that instance to talk about a settlement. For instance, if the combined parental income is about 200 or a little over 200, then the difference between what the support amount will be if it's capped at 163 and if you used full income of 200 and change, the difference of the child support for the non-custodial parent is going to be relatively small. You're talking probably a couple hundred, $200, $300, $400 a month difference at that point. And then one has to really have a discussion with one's attorney as to whether it makes sense to spend $5,000, $10,000 or more taking that issue to trial when you're only off by a few $100s a month. But those are the common ways child support cases can be contested.